and we are live.
Are we?
We are definitely live. We are definitely live, and we have, as we do every week, we have another song for you that's based off of the last week's gameplay. And this week, our song's called "Captivated," because everyone on the ship was watching Captain Reyes dance, and they were captivated by her. So that's the song. Welcome to "Captivated."
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm captivated by a sexy lady. I'm going crazy watching her dance. I'm captivated. That sexy lady driving me crazy. I got no chance. The way her body's moving with the ocean. She rules the people with a fire emotion.
I never felt this much boiled up emotion. I'm just about the right amount of skin show. I'm captivated by a sexy lady. I'm going crazy watching her dance. I'm captivated. That sexy lady driving me crazy. Got no chance. She's not just on the ship, she's high above it. A million eyes are watching and she loves it. Temperature's rising in my blood, yeah. Sweat flies off and she thinks nothing of it. I'm captivated by a sexy lady. I'm going crazy watching her dance. I'm captivated. That sexy lady driving me crazy. Got no chance. Oh my God, that body, there's so much power in it. It's time to take my shot, but give me one more minute. I'm captivated by a sexy lady. I'm going crazy watching her dance. I'm captivated. That sexy lady driving me crazy. Got no chance. I'm captivated by a sexy lady. I'm going crazy watching her dance. I'm captivated. That sexy lady driving me crazy. Got no chance.
And Amy belting it out this day. Awesome. Well, as they had said previously, welcome back to the ForeverVerse. We have more storyline for you lined up today. When we last left our players, they were still stuck on the boat in the midst of Captain Reyes' captivating dance. Stella and her are currently facing off to see who is going to gain control of the ship that is the vessel of the god of sunken ships. Mm-hmm. So with that, let's get into it. But first, let's run a quick little title so that you know what show you're watching. So, we actually have, we are up to our eyes in Eureka moments right now. We have so many, which means we have I think we have 6 or 7. We have 6 that we have to do.
Oh,
cool.
Remember, 7 total?
7 total.
Holy crap.
Remember at the time we were like, the points are so high to get a Eureka moment. No one's ever going to get that.
But then it happened.
7.
Everyone thought it was worth it.
Everyone thought it was worth
That's
it,
pretty cool.
Which is lovely. So with that said, I do have a Eureka moment brought to you by Compelbast for Hector, a.k.a. Santiago, today. Yes. The question is that do we want to do it first or last? Are we ready to get into this and finish this off?
I like them the best, so I want to do them first.
You want to do them first?
I know, that's what I'm like. I want to hear all the answers, but at the same time, I also want to make sure Stella doesn't die. So
It's true.
What exactly is the situation that we're in currently right now? Where are we? What the hell's happening?
So the situation that you're in right now is you are currently on the deadliest ship in all of the seven seas, called the Crimson Roger, facing off against a presumably centuries-old captain who is currently trying to invoke the right of her will over this ship, which has become the vessel of the god of sunken ships, Krakatoa. Now, Krakatoa, being an undersea god, is very happy to have a pirate ship basically doing its bidding. But Stella, in a brazen determination of... this is the weirdest form of mutiny that I've ever seen on a pirate ship in my life with a dance-off.
I'll take that, God. Thank you very much.
I'll just swipe that gun.
Pants off, dance off.
Oh yeah, it's a dance
For the Crimson Roger.
It's so modern. It's so modern.
So that's the situation as it stands. And right now, I would say Stella and... it's anybody's game. Between Stella and Reyes, they are both equal in favor of Krakatoa at the moment, at least as far as their enacting of this right. You, Santiago, currently are surrounded by skeletons and pirates, as well as Miss Jade, while Milton is over in the back with his elephant gun.
I'm ready to take another shot.
And is doing what he can to kind of... and I'm surprised nobody's noticed him at this point as well too. But he's he's in a good position at this stage. So
That was in the song. Did you hear that?
I
It's
didn't.
time
I said time to take my shot.
Time to take
But
a
give
shot.
me one more minute.
It rhymed with in it.
But you're
Sometimes
also watching her.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh right,
You're
yeah.
captivated by her.
Right. So does that answer your question?
Yes, and then also Fateless is below deck, unconscious, with no darts in his neck.
3 darts in his neck
Zero
now.
darts.
No, he's got 3 now.
No,
In
One
fact,
for-
I got darts in my body.
Yeah, that's
true.
true. Yeah, you're like.
You should just take yours out and then put it on him.
Yeah,
Be like-
just so when he comes back and wakes up, he sees the darts and gets real mad.
But yeah, so we actually are going to get Damion back next week. He is still off being a sexy stuntman. So you know,
Can't blame him for that.
It's a sexy man's work.
it is a sexy man's work.
We'll all be here acting like sexy people.
Yay! With play pretend in our minds. But that does. So it sounds like it's kind of a 3-2 neutral for first. For Eureka Moment first.
Should we ask the chat or should we just do it first?
Oh, that's a good question. But also, we should do the thing first.
We should do the thing first.
I mean, we can ask the chat, but we should probably just do it first.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear what they said, and then, regardless of what they say, still do it.
Still
what
do
I
it
wanna
first.
do.
Yes.
I think first would be fun.
But you're not in it.
Well then, we're gonna do that then. We're gonna cash out Compel Bass Eureka Moment. So thank you for your 40K Revlo points,
Oh
sir.
my gosh.
So many
Oh, the right of bass.
I have to say, I think everybody is getting one at this point, and I think even at least one.
At least one.
And this, 2 people
That would
will
be
be
very
doubling
sad
up.
if there were 7 and one person was just like not allowed.
Just not doing it.
Yeah.
It was just Amy week after week after
Yeah.
week after
Oh,
week.
me? Ah, that's fine. That's fine. One of these weeks will happen.
All right. Santiago.
Yes.
As the sounds of clanging blades pierce your ears, the parrying and battling of the skeletal forms get the adrenaline surging you with the thrill of battle. Your blood pounds inside your veins as you have a momentary rush of feeling truly alive. The rhythmic thump of your heart beats inside of your head. Suddenly, you feel flush as blood flows straight into your brain, and you can feel your pulse inside of your temples. The steady, rhythmic thud, thud, dum dum, dum dum of your heart slowly turns into the high-pitched clack of boots walking along a stone floor.
Oh, no.
The echoing of the steps tells you that you're in a large room as soft lights illuminate a large square in front of you filled with mixed colors. The shapes begin to materialize as the colors become darker, and you watch as the forms in a perfectly framed screen become the forms of several bodies lying on the floor, and the form of a muscular, godlike man wearing only a polished helmet and a bit of pink cloth stands in front of the fallen. and holds the head of a decapitated woman whose hair appears to take the form of long black snakes. Several stone forms lay on the other side of another man, cowering in fear, holding a buckler polished so brightly that its silver shines reflectively the forms in the room. The clacking of the boots on the stones grows louder, and suddenly you hear them stop. A moment spanning several breaths pass, and when you hear a soft and lovely voice say, "It's such an emotionally challenging piece, isn't it?" You look over to see a woman with raven black hair cut short above her shoulders, with piercing brown eyes staring at the painting, then back to you.
Yes, it is. It is emotionally moving, stirring.
It's such a beautiful piece, and yet it shows such an ugly side of humanity. Perseus, such a hero of the people for slaying Medusa, favored by the gods and celebrated by the people, using his power in a jealous fit of rage to ruin poor Phineas's wedding. To have such power and to use it for such selfish means. Was he truly a hero, or was he a person just like you and me? Is he a villain for his actions, or are we all just tragic anti-heroes?
Well said. Well said. That is an astute observation, miss.
Well, we do have a few minutes before we report into our superiors. Honestly, we should be lucky to be granted the privilege to walk among these pieces, even if they were all once rightfully ours. So, Santiago, walk with me. Okay. As you continue to walk a few steps past the painting, you notice a clear window on the side of several other paintings. The window spans the entire floor and ceiling, and from the other side you see the pocketed lights of stars as empty space stares back at you. You can actually see the marbled form of Earth sitting above in the distant space between you and the window. Mankind's history is pocketed in stories. What great irony that ours is so like young Phineas. At the peak of our happiness, only to have a stronger, more powerful, more celebrated hero come in and wrest it from our grasp. The question is, Santiago, how are we going to treat our Perseus? As you continue to walk through the galleries, you notice two forms standing on either side of a large arched doorway on the far end. As you get closer, you notice they are heavily armed forms of quadrupeds, holding long, sizzling spears with their two arms in a guarded pose. They seem completely shielded in a resonating blue armor that resembles a beetle's shell. As you get closer, the woman stops and casts her eyes down. Both of the quadrupeds move in front of you and her, and in front of you and her, and you can hear a guttural tone that at first you don't recognize, but after a moment becomes extremely familiar to you. You watch as the woman slides down to her knees, her legs underneath her as she leans forward into a prostrating position. Her hair parts on the back of her neck to reveal the bare spot, slightly shaved on her nape. The guard takes something from his utility belt and holds it over her neck, and you can hear the sickening crunch as her entire body shivers slightly. The guard pulls his hand back to reveal a textured chrome disc with a blinking light right above it. You watch as the guard stares at you, waiting.
So this is familiar to Santiago, right? This is familiar to me?
The language, at first it was one of those things where you don't recognize it, but then you're like, oh yes, I do recognize that.
I don't think I have a choice. I bend down.
Okay.
I bend down and reveal my nape.
Right. So you bend down and put yourself forward in a similar way that the woman does, and you can feel a brief moment as like somebody putting a fork to your neck, just like a very small pinch, as suddenly a sharp pain as 4 points kind of click on either side of your neck, and you feel your entire body shudder as a a spike of brief, uncomfortable pain kind of sorts through you, and you feel as these tendrils kind of lock into the base of your spine. You can also hear the sound, the rhythmic pulse of the beeping as it starts to get in tune with your heart. After that, you watch as the quadrupeds both move to the side, granting you passage through the main door, and you both get up and you walk into the next chamber. As the doors part aside, you can see you're in a much smaller room, but just as antiquely delicate and beautiful. You actually notice at this point now that the walls have such a smooth texture to them that it seems like Michelangelo took his time and chiseled the entire arch around it. It seems synonymous with marble that you would assume would be in Renaissance sculptures, but it is so beautifully textured and detailed that it reminds you of something living almost. And as you walk forward, you can see a singular table that's built into the floor. It seems to be almost a solid piece with it as it ramps up into a horseshoe design. You see as several being three, forms are sitting above as you are naturally walk into the center of this horseshoe design. Above, you can see 9 feet above you, these tall, luminous forms that have long, colored, beautifully elegant robes with featureless faces as they stare down at you. You feel a psychic intrusion come into your head as the rumbling of your mind as you start to hear words penetrate to you in not words, but emotions and feelings. Mm-hmm. And the emotions and feelings address you as ambassadors. What do we owe the pleasure? You hear the woman speak up on the side. She says, ambassadors. And she speaks out loud. I apologize for not linking with you in the way that you're accustomed. Our voices are still primitive, as I'm sure you understand. We have come and are asking for an extension on rationing for the refugees camps still stationed on Terra and Mars. We are currently working on evacuating them, but we need more time. You can see as the doors lift up, or as this sides, these 9-foot arched curved walls lift up as you see several of smaller quadrupeds, but these ones are occasionally going down on all 6 and then lifting back up, and occasionally going down on all 6 and lifting back up, kind of come into the main room. And you can see as they kind of are coming in and they start making pictures and shapes of the planet, as well as you can see a bigger one seems to be conducting them around. And through these shapes, as well as the intrusions into your head, they begin to communicate to you in some of the symbols that are starting to become very familiar to you. She says politely that this is impossible, that the drone ecosystem is already activated. After the drones have been automated, we cannot avert them because the colonization process has begun. We should be grateful that we've delayed them as long as we have. Many eggs have been spoiled due to their lethargy. What? And you can see as the woman is starting to tear up, and you can see that this is upsetting her. And she asks, and please, there are millions still on Mars alone. If we don't have a chance to evacuate them, they will all die. And you can hear the ambassador come back with symbols and words and emotions again. We are sorry, but that is not our problem. Our problem is our species. Your species, your problem.
Jesus. What the
if
fuck?
they cannot leave.
That?
What's that?
Who's saying that?
The collective 3 that are piercing the mind of him and her and
then
Santiago.
the woman's
at
the
moment.
Mars lady, the woman ambassador with him.
The woman ambassador is with him.
And she's arguing for the
She's
Mars
arguing for the refugees.
Fuck.
You know, and you can hear the ambassador come back again with symbols and emotions. I am sorry, not our problem, our species. Your problem, your species, your problem. Keep in mind, their bodies will not go to waste. They will be used as fodder in which to build our colonies up. Their forms will be put to good use. So, you continue to stare at this. Do you want to say anything?
Am I familiar with mind linking? Have I done that before? Have I communicated with these beings before? Do I know what my job is?
You feel like it, and it's starting to become clear that you you are an ambassador to these creatures along with your partner here. And yes, you probably, and you recall that you have definitely done something in order to at least gain the privileges of speaking to these creatures, at least at the moment, and whether you think that that is because of mind linking or not, I'll let you determine that.
I want to try to convey something. I want to try to convey images and emotions and feelings to them, which is just sorrow, sadness,
right,
death, despair,
yes,
tragedy. I want to try to convey that. I want to try to say that millions of souls will die, millions will perish, and I just want to try to get that message to them.
Great. So you start projecting the pain, the terror, the sorrow, the emotion of just sadness and suffering and strife into them, and you can see as the forms are shaken and you can see them visibly getting unsettling, and you notice as the beetles in the midst of this link of command between the conductor and the smaller beetles, everything is starting to get agitated, and you watch them as they start to like scatter and come back like there's a confusion, and you can hear the protrusion go directly straight into your brain, not even through there, and it brings you down to your knees, and it simply says, "Stop!" And you look down and you can see blood running down from your nose. Why do you persist with these angles, these feelings, these emotions? They hurt. We do not like them. We do not want them. We do not understand them. You try and try and try to tell us what this is. We don't comprehend. We don't know. Our species, our problem. Your species, your problem.
Jesus.
And you can hear them feel, and you get up and you can feel it's coming from your ears a little bit too, as it's kind of coming in there. And she goes, you can hear them, you can hear the woman next to you goes, "Santiago, it was a good try. It's fine. Well, let's try something else, okay?" She goes back to them and goes, "We were planning on taking several of our equipment and metal pieces, our ships, with us. If we leave some with you to use as..." And she tries to think of the word, and something comes out of her mouth. And she look at it, she projects it, and you can see them all nod. "Yes, fodder, feed, whatever. As that, instead of our people, will you give us more time?" And she looks at all of them, and they kind of all don't even look at each other in a moment. You can definitely tell that this is their stage in which they all kind of pass along information between each other. And then it comes back to the conductor, who then moves the small little beetles around and comes back to you and says, "That is acceptable. Leave ships as per metric ton of people you wish to evacuate, and we will delay another Terran cycle a year. Is that adequate?" And you can see as the woman bows her head, and you can tell as she goes and prostrates herself, showing her single little scarab in the back.
I'll do the same thing.
Yes, as they both lift up, And you can tell as both of the sides come up and the beetles start to go back inside of the walls with the conductors leaving out, that is a sign that you're dismissed as you walk back out through the main doorway.
Oh my god.
With that, you continue to look through into the main gallery, and you can see the shapes in front of you, and in particular, you stare out in the midst of the stars, seeing Earth in its distant glory so far away, and you can see the actual ozone is just completely dissipated, and it looks hotter, barren, more molten than how you and I acknowledge and recognize it. And you look to her, and that's when you can start to hear the sounds of clanging again as your fading consciousness comes back in, and you see as a charred skeleton continues to look at you with its smiling face as a piece of metal holds it back as you throw it out of the way and slash at it, watching as bones scatter everywhere in front of you.
Job.
Wow.
Good job. Oh man, wait. Okay, but you were in a science experiment.
Yeah.
And you're like conducting a...
You're like doing alien
You're
stuff.
Ender's Game.
Yeah, but we don't know if she was getting a science experiment done to her in space.
Yeah, and we don't know where in the timeline our two situations.
Right.
The one thing I will tell you, and just so as not to make this confusing, because I'm already putting this so many layers deep already as it is, all Eureka moments are in a very similar timeline to each other.
Oh.
So there's not like
within
years.
a week or
within
a month?
I'm going to say within a month
Okay.
Wow.
of each other. Yes, very easily.
In the same general area.
And it's-
Are they linked or...
They are
not at
linked
this
in
time?
that all the Eureka moments are tied into this world. The
Like
world.
how they all lead us to where we are now.
And I will also, again, just to make it totally clear, because I understand that it can be a little confusing sometimes. Every Eureka moment has to deal with your alpha personality.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay? They're not a
Is it
character.
happening at the same time as our beta characters? Like right now?
That is different.
We don't know.
That you don't know. The
Could be a
Eureka
flashback.
moments are
Could be a
in different
flashback,
timeline.
yeah.
It could be a flashback. It could be a
Flash
flash forward.
Yep.
You don't know.
All right.
Someone actually said that to me once. They said that sounds like a YP, not an MP. And I said, what? And he goes, that sounds like your problem, not my problem.
Oh.
Someone actually said that to me.
That's a terrible...
Did you backhand that person across the face for being rude?
Well, here was the problem. It was the first day of a tour, and it was the tour manager of the headlining band. So I was like, wow, this tour is going to suck.
Oh, no.
I basically had to take it.
You have to shorthand that you have your own little
WAP.
Yeah, I know.
for, YP, like you're a dick.
And you
Like,
expect
Yeah, then
me
you're
to
definitely-
know
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
first day
Yeah.
also? Anyway.
That's in the fact he had to literally turn that into. He obviously uses it enough that he can
Yep.
make a term out of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a YP, not an MP.
Oh man,
So I can't answer a whole lot of your questions,
that's
but
intense.
Yeah.
anything you want to clarify real quick?
Did I know the woman I was with?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you knew
Okay.
her.
Okay.
You know, and I would also go so far as to say that this wasn't your first visit.
To the aliens,
ambassador.
To the ambassador. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Wait. Are they ambassadors? Or
They both-
Hector and the lady are ambassadors, or is the council ambassador?
You both addressed each other as ambassador.
Oh, everyone's an ambassador.
Everyone addressed everyone as
Obviously,
ambassador.
an ambassador of like different species.
Humans
Right.
versus...
Yeah,
Something else.
But you guys have eggs,
No, they have it.
No, they have
they
it.
have eggs.
but they don't mind that the eggs are dying.
Because they're
No, they were
emotionless.
pissed that the eggs were dying. That's why they wanted to send people or the drones to kill Mars, so that no more of the eggs had to die of lethargy.
Oh, they wanted to just euthanize them.
No, what happened is that the creatures had expressed annoyance that the humans have taken as long as they have to evacuate Mars and Terra, and as a result of their lethargy, many eggs have died.
Okay.
So they're like, get out, so no more of our eggs have to die.
Yes,
How would them being there make the eggs die?
that is yet to be determined.
They want the humans out of there because humans being there makes the eggs die.
Well,
That's what
or
it seems.
there is something about the humans being there that is disrupting how they normally do
Sure.
things.
It's harming the ecosystem.
Maybe when we colonized Mars, we just like stomped around a lot.
Sounds like humans. It sounds like humans.
Totally see that
There
happening.
you go. Yeah.
Or I just thought they just wanted to be there without us. They were just like, screw you
Yeah.
guys, we're not sharing.
think-
You had the planet for
That,
long enough.
that
Our
sounds
planet
like
now.
aliens. Totally sounds like aliens. They do.
Yeah.
Now
So,
keep in mind, we don't know any of this.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's right. That's
and
right.
we're
How
gonna
could
probably
we not?
have another one next week.
Oh,
You guys are getting so much dirt.
I'm actually really happy that I haven't told anybody about mine yet, because now I feel like we can have a powwow where we're all like, and then I heard this.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Well, it's
buckets.
all part of it as well too. In fact, it may even be fun since we have limited amount of time on the streams if we want to go and have a little powwow, so you guys can just go down the goddamn rabbit hole
Yeah.
Wait,
with the chat.
I have another question. Why is it that the humans didn't want to leave just now? They didn't have a place to go?
Well, that there wasn't a lot of details around that
Okay.
they were able to express. Without getting into too much of the detail, what's important is that the humans are trying to evacuate as quickly as they can,
Yeah.
but are unable to.
And if they don't, they're going to just send a fucking bomb to annihilate
And they're going
the
to
humans.
mix up all of the people and use them as mash in order to build their
Yeah.
cities. Yes,
Okay.
as organic fodder.
Gross,
Alrighty.
gross.
Super gross.
Alrighty. Ugh. Wow. What have you made?
I like that idea. I don't know, or maybe we just
I
have a
know.
session where we sit there with chat and just spitball ideas.
It
and
feels
talk
like
about all
Spitball.
it
this.
feels like Mass Effect.
There's so many
Ooh.
delineations.
Yeah.
I think you said Ender's Game as well too. This is
Yeah.
not a there's many versions of this story
Yeah.
out there, but this one's mine. This one's mine. I
Mine
own this
felt
one.
like the Matrix.
Yeah, yours felt very
yeah,
Matrix.
Matrix, total Matrixy. There with
Yeah.
that.
It maybe just be
But I
all
thought
the
we were
things
in a
that I love.
fantasy game, and now we're in a sci-fi game. It's all crazy.
But you're in a fantasy game.
That's why
by
the
way-
genre is sci-fi / fantasy.
Yeah.
Well,
Walk
it's a
down the aisle.
ForeverVerse. We can go wherever we want.
Yeah.
I think I've also decided our next system.
Whoa!
Puppet Land.
Yeah.
I'm
Puppet
already thinking of
Land.
my
Does
character.
it kind of looks like, have you played We Happy Few?
Yes.
It looks like that.
Yes. But it's
was
not
gonna talk like
quite
this
as
the whole time.
dystopian. Actually, it is a little dystopian, but this is this one we will probably just run like 3 sessions or so
Okay.
of. Because It's a very
Niche.
very very direct kind of thing, but it's I'll let you all take a look at it after the end of this. But yes, you all play puppets, and you can all play multiple puppets because you are actors controlling puppets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now we're
That is
business.
gonna hurt.
Yes.
Go
But
watch
in the
some Muppets.
meantime, more pirate adventures for all
More
of
pirate
us.
adventures.
All right, so as the clanging and the clashing continues, you notice that as the pirates and the skeletons around you are continuing to kind of mission mash around, as Stella and Reyes continue to circle across each other, continuing their dance moves amidst the green. Well, actually, we determined that the fire went out when the skeletons came into being, so the fire is actually out at the moment.
So just dancing on the dais.
Just dancing on the dais.
Yeah.
Dancing on the day.
So it's a situation, y'all, and you're in a great position because since the beginning of the situation, you can all make raises again.
Woo!
Oh,
How would you
Alright.
like to approach this situation?
Okay, here's the situation.
Remind
Fans
us
run
of the
away
layout
from-
of where everybody is in physical space. I'm fighting skeletons.
You and I are fighting skeletons
Okay.
on, like, just at the bottom of the dais. Is that correct?
Yes,
'Cause we just lifted Stella up.
because you lifted her up, and if you can imagine, it's essentially like there's a long circle of burnt and charred wood around you,
From the fire.
and a ring of skeletons around that. A ring of skeletons and pirates. And the pirates, for the record, are also terrified. They are not going to act this round the same round that the skeletons came out because it was off-putting to them. But you can also, it doesn't seem the skeletons are not like aggressively going after them.
Okay.
So it seems like they may be also scared of the skeletons, is what you're saying?
Skeletons just have fear. And
Got it.
fear makes...
Got it. So everyone's kind of like, whoa.
Everyone gets one less raise except for the skeletons in this round.
Oh, shite.
Okay. -1 raises, and that includes Miss Stella / Hope as well, too.
All right.
You know.
All right. I'll play ball.
The only one who doesn't is Reyes.
Oh, come on! Oh, come on! I rolled to not see the skeletons at all.
Oh, that's actually a good point. You may not know the skeletons are up there. I'll give it to you, Stella. All right? Since you have to make some pretty hard dedication right now.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I'm gonna roll Reyes' raises. Hers is based on her power, by the way, for people who are still getting familiar with the 7C. The amount of dice that a villain gets is equal to their power. So
For anything they want to do.
for whatever they want to do, which makes them a formidable foe, oftentimes.
Yes.
3, 4. Great. 4.
All right.
That's actually a terrible roll for me.
What I'd like to do is kill some skeleton pirates.
Yeah. All right.
I would like to use my agility and my sword skills.
Weaponry.
Which is weaponry and finesse.
Got it.
And since I have one serious wound here, I get a +1 bonus die to my risk.
Great.
So that's it.
So you get 2 bonus die because it's also the first time you've used that skill in this scenario.
Okay,
So you
cool.
get 2 bonus dice, but again, you're -1 raise because of the skeletons.
How we doing on bennies?
Oh, I got you.
You're maxed out on bennies.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I think I saw the Benny Bowls right there.
Do you think since Milton is in a safe spot as far as he's concerned that he would be afraid of the skeletons still, or that because they're not immediately attacking him?
No, but the skeletons do just have a fear. Like it's like
Radius?
it's like dragon fear.
Okay.
Like just you see the skeletons, and this is not a world in which skeletons are common. You are on a freaking ghost ship.
So take away 1 die.
No, it's 1 raise.
Take away 1 raise.
It's a full
got it.
raise.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, fear's no joke.
At least for now, I'm still back there ready to try to shoot Reyes.
Yeah,
again,
and,
so
and
that
I
would
believe
be
you
what?
shot 1 round already, so this would be your reload round.
Yeah.
I believe.
No, I thought I shot twice already.
You did shoot twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this
Okay.
would be your reload round,
Again.
if I remember. Because you have to reload.
third
Oh,
shot.
I'm sorry. No, because we decided that you had to spend a raise in order to reload. And then it was 3 to shoot Reyes specifically,
Right.
and 1 just to take out targets.
Right.
So that still applies.
Okay.
Okay?
Wow.
So you're shooting. You've got it. And then Hope. And
Yeah, I will. I if I'm up there dancing, I'm going to.
Get it, girl.
I'm just really going to dance.
And remember, you have to beat Reyes with the amount of... Because when you have to dedicate raises, she's dedicating raises, and you're dedicating raises. Whoever
Yeah.
gets to the target number first gets his favor, Krakatola's favor.
Right.
Krakatola,
Yeah.
the undersea god.
That's what I want to do.
Dance
Then-
like you've never danced before, girl.
Right.
Yeah, I really want to do it. And I'll leave the if my teammates are gonna aim for her, then all the better.
I'm gonna need some bennies.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I should... This people who play 7C before will get mad at me. It is 1 die. It is not 1 raise. So people who've
Oh, it
already
is.
rolled
Okay, good.
it up, you can just take the least die that you had in there.
Oh, gotcha.
Keep it up, deep.
Sweet banjo.
Sorry, hold on just
No,
a
that's
second.
okay.
Do it.
Daycare. Are you going to be able to get out in time for daycare?
Daddy duty.
Daddy duty.
See, I have this whole wonderful world
You'll be
to
late,
look
but you'll be able
forward
to make it.
Yes.
You really do.
Organizing, baby.
Oh, after 6. Okay. Do you want to call Ileana, and if she can't do it, then to stay until 6, then I'll go get him.
I'll do it.
But if not, then but if she can, then I can continue to
guys-
stream.
I'll get him.
Not
Women out of space
Ileana.
in the
I'm
future?
sorry, not Ileana.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Nara.
Yeah.
What?
But
Oh, and well,
My
if
bad.
our events took place within a month
Yeah.
from each other, then that means like I'm obviously volunteering for some kind of
I'll-
science
I
experiment.
can
You
text
might be
her.
While
but
you're
I'm,
an
I don't have a
ambassador.
stream.
You might
be-
but I
He
will
might be
text
trying
her.
to save
Okay.
you. You might be on Mars.
I might be on
Bye.
Mars.
Totally.
Or I could be like on
You're totally on
the alien colony in the experiment they're running, and maybe I volunteered for it. Like, who knows?
Crazy.
I need some more Eureka moments to fill
We
that
do.
in.
You
I think
you
we'll all
might
get-
think that you're volunteering to do something.
You good?
About to
I'm
become
good.
Ash
Okay.
To build,
At least for the moment.
Could
Okay.
be.
to build.
There is a small chance because Kazi's driving from Ventura that I may have to go and get the baby.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Yeah, understandable.
Yup.
That gives
Tiny,
us how much more time?
tiny human duties. It gives us all the time we need because everything's fine until it's not.
Okay, great.
All right.
Okay. So yes,
What a calm and patient attitude.
I have my raises,
Okay.
which is here.
Oh, then I didn't roll for that. I had all the time in the world.
And all the time.
Ivan,
Look at that.
Can I, from where I am currently and the skeletons that are around me, is it possible for me to kind of like ignore the skeletons and climb up the dais?
It would be difficult, and you will get hit. But if you want, well, actually, it won't. There'll just be consequences around it. You're gonna have to spend raises around, because right now they're only focused on you and Santiago.
How many of them are there?
Right, you got two. You got one on either side of you at the moment. But if you want me to know how many are there total, there are 3, 6, 9, 12 skeletons total.
Holy
After-
monkey farts.
Yeah, well, skeletons and pirates, but yes.
I'll kill all 12 of them right now.
All right.
Because I'm trying to figure out, should I stay and fight these skeletons or should, because Stella was like, anyone that can hurt Reyes would be awesome. I'm like, should I try to climb this dais and hurt her?
Yes.
That's up to you.
Oh my gosh, it'll be girls' night up on the dais.
Girls' night.
So how do you want to approach it?
Okay, I have 3 raises.
How
Miss
much?
Jade.
How much could it do? Oh, I guess I can't ask that. I was
Yeah,
gonna say, how
yeah.
much
You
could I
don't get to know the
potentially-
cost risk before going
I mean,
after
I'm
it.
already more than 50% down health. Like I'm already hurting pretty bad.
Yeah. I am too, but I think it's worth it. Come dance with me.
Well, I'm not going to dance.
She wants to
girl.
dance with somebody.
I'm not going to dance.
She wants to take a chance with somebody.
All right, so I'm gonna try. I would like to use finesse and athletics
To try to get up there?
to try to get up that dais, getting
Okay.
hit as minimally as possible.
Got it.
And I don't want to get all the way up there like, ta-da, I'm here too.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get up to the point where A, they can't hit me anymore, and B, like, if I could take my dagger and take a nice swipe at an Achilles tendon, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're using athletics and finesse for that?
Yeah.
Roll it up.
Fuck yeah.
So just so you know where the spend is on this for what is going on, you have 4 consequences to mitigate that will be turned into wounds. 1 to get up there, and 1 to have an opportunity to be able to take a swipe for damage at your vantage point. Okay?
You can do it.
And I have 2 big wounds in the death spot.
You got 2 big wounds, which means
So I get +1 to bonus die to my wrists, but the villains
Yeah,
also
they get
get
2 bonus
+5.
dice.
I get 2 bonus dice.
Sneaky villain.
There it
Fuck,
is.
Same here.
Well, I'm gonna count it
Mine can go towards
just
the
2 at this
skeletons.
point. So
That's
it gives me
very
5
nice.
raises. So
What a nice stuff.
I rolled 10.
Okay.
He's the okayest dungeon master ever.
That is so funny.
It's really funny. It's also a lie. It's a dirty, dirty lie.
You're sweet.
It is a
So
dirty
You're
lie.
the worst, Dean.
And you said we all lose a dice because the
you
skeletons
lose
are
a dice
scary.
because of fear. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
Just doing my own little part to bring the story to fruition.
I need to buy 2 raises.
Yes, you do.
Because
Benny.
I took a die away. I've got 2 now.
Okay.
I need to buy 2.
You need
I
2?
love it. I
All right.
love it when
Okay.
bennies are used.
Gotta use
Bennies
them.
are used, guys, because you're at max, and you can't get any more
And
when you're at max.
And this feels like a boss fight.
Yeah.
Boss fight.
Right. Great. So I'm at 5. Where's everyone at total? 5. So Santiago
Nice.
actually gets to go first.
What'd you get? 6? 5?
Hi.
So just so you know, you
get
can, for your opportunity,
Is that all you need?
if you want, you can do something similar to what Trisha's doing.
Yeah.
It's up to you, but a raise is a kill. So if
Okay.
you want to just literally kill 5 guys or 5 skeletons around here, I will
Whoa.
allow you to spend every single raise to kill
Shoot.
5 dudes.
Do I have to spend any raises to prevent myself from getting hurt?
No, because that's actually a good point. Villains always go first, so you would actually get hurt now.
First. Well, then I'm gonna kill 5 motherfuckers. Right.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
You're gonna take actually 5 because it's a strength 5.
1, 2.
Whoa!
Does that give you a dramatic wound?
You're
I
as
got a
hurt as
dramatic
me
wound.
now, dude.
I'm as hurt as dummy Nicole over here getting hurt real easy.
What?
Great.
Walking right into the poison darts like an
so
idiot.
And Nicole.
What? Hey, here's my impression of Nicole. What's in here?
No, it was more like, I want my stuff.
Hey, my stuff in here?
That's her. That's you. He's doing it. Yeah, that's her.
Oh shit, pirates. Oh, okay. So I got hurt.
Nicole, you're also going to take 5.
God damn.
There's 2 squads of. There's 2 strength 5 bodies of skeletons.
Dude,
and
you're
for
close
every
to becoming
strength to take a
helpless.
wound. So. And again,
Okay.
you
So
will
now
take
your
up
10
to 4 more, depending on
If
if
I
you
had
do.
a 10, could it explode since I'm now at that much damage or
Yes,
no?
it would have exploded at this point now.
Oh, explode it.
Yes!
Yeah, explode it.
Okay, well not that time.
A million raises.
That's
How
an
many?
extra one.
4
Now I have
raises?
4.
Right.
Awesome.
Fuck, yes.
So 5.
Oh, I'm using all of them to kill skeletons.
So you want to take out that entire brute squad of 5 skeletons?
Yes.
Tell me how you
squad.
take out an entire brute squad of 5
Oh my
skeletons. Paint that
gosh.
picture for me,
All right, we
Santiago.
can all of us hear the score from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Dun, 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 all that shit. I'm hopping around. I'm jumping up on crates. I'm jumping up on barrels. I dance backwards on a barrel, and a barrel falls over on a dumb pirate. He's like, "Oi!" and it lands on him, knocks him unconscious. And then I stab my sword down and swipe off a skeleton's head. His falls off. So that's the first death. And I look over and I see a rope and I cut it. And then of course I zip up into the air for some reason.
That's
That's how that works.
Yeah.
And then there's a skeleton that's climbing up on me, and then so I kick him down, and his jaw falls off, and then he crumbles to dust and falls down. And then
Number 2.
that's number 2. And on my way down, I use my sword to cut into a sail, and I slide all the way down. Oh, and as I slide
Very
down,
cool.
I kick a human pirate in the face, and he topples over. It lands on another one, so these 2 guys are unconscious. I still only killed 2. Then I land on the ground, and as I come up, I pull up my sword and I slice into a guy's neck and face, so he's dead and bleeding, and he's dead. That's a human guy, dead. That's 3. And I whip back around, and a pirate tries to swipe at me, and I dodge out of the way. Another pirate skeleton slices at me, and I pull up my sword. I kick a skeleton in its ribs, and his head is fine, but his head falls down onto his crotch, and it's just a head with legs because I broke apart his rib cage and his arms. And then when I see that, I'm like, batter up! And then I kick his head right in the nuts, and his head goes careening over the side of the boat. So that's 4. And then the last one is that there's like a 14-year-old kid. I swing around, and he's like, "Please, sir, no more." And then I fucking stab him in the face with my sword that's full of bone dust and human blood, just as he's going like this, "Please," right in the back of his head.
You're 2 for 2 and
then I put my foot up on his shoulder, and I have to like take my sword out of his head, and his body falls to the ground, and another pirate throws up. They're like, when they throw up at that, and then I'm like, "I'm coming for you my next turn," and then that's it. So I killed 5 guys.
Hector
For all
loves
that-
to kill kids.
That was awesome. For all of that, I'm just gonna let you get another skeleton for that.
Kill
I
six
know.
skellies.
You like between covering a skeleton with a pirate, making someone vomit, and like I don't know, kicking a guy away. You've also incapacitated.
Actually, that's what I'm actually gonna do. This is better. I'm not gonna take the skeleton
put him
away
down,
from
yeah.
you. I'm gonna put it back, but you get a hero point.
Yeah.
Watch
Better.
out.
For
Because that was-
killing fictional children.
Hector.
Yeah, if you watch Great Battles, Hector kills kids all the time.
Oh, okay. I feel like we should unpack that a
Kind of
little.
my thing.
Well, explore that in his eureka moment next time. This child killing thing. But at the same time, that was storytelling.
Yeah,
so
got him.
take
Great.
a
What
hero
a
point.
wonderful storyteller.
That's great.
Great. Then that was the 5. So I actually have 5 next. So Reyes is going to dump all 5 of hers into the dance ceremony, taking her to 15.
Of course she is.
So she just dances her heart out as much as she possibly can, and you
so
can
mad at her.
watch as she just continues, and you can see because she has you stabbed her, and she had your dagger in, or her own dagger that you pulled from her and then put into her shoulder.
Did I, or did he shoot her and I just dug my finger in? Or maybe both.
There
of
was
those
that
things
too.
happened.
Both of those things happened. But you can see that blood is trickling down her, and you
Right.
can see that like her entire side with the coverings that she has and everything is just soaked in blood. And now you can see that she just has this demonic, like primal look in her eyes. She just continues through the moves in a vicious attacking moment and attempting also to gain ground on you whenever she can, but always kind of keeping that distance the way a predator keeps its distance. So before it strikes. And
I'm sure.
so that
She
gives me
wishes.
all of my raises. Who's next highest? 4, 3, 4. So you two can go next.
Go ahead, Milton. Take it.
Milton takes aim,
Yes.
sees her on the dais, and he pulls the trigger. And he narrates the entire thing.
In third person.
I would
13.
That's awesome.
Okay, great. That
kills her.
My elephant god.
so you have, she is not dead.
Okay.
But she takes, you can watch as she takes another bullet, and it goes actually through her chest.
Whoa.
But you can see as like smoke kind of comes out from amidst her as you watch this like greenish pulsing energy kind of closes the wound in front of her. As she like looks down in like a heaving, breathing, like just intense amount of pain, but then she also looks up in like this exalted, glorious, celebrated look, like, yes, Krakatoa, thank you.
Damn confounded woman! How will she die?
And she continues to look at it, but her movements are, she looks even more bestial and primal, like an injured dog now.
Yeah.
As she continues to go through there, as that bullet just.
Can I do one more thing?
That was all 4 raises, but yes.
This is more of a role-playing thing.
Got it.
So, my hubris is the Emperor, which is hot-headed, which means if I fly off the handle and lose my temper, I get a hero point.
Right.
If I were to have such a temper tantrum for still not killing her,
yes,
even just with that, could I get a hero point for that?
You would have to do something that was detrimental to the group as a result of your hot-headed action.
Okay.
I'm kind of playing World of Darkness rules on that a little bit. Either you got to convince me with your rant that it was really doing it, or like you've got to like, if you like threw the elephant gun over the side of the boat because you're like, stupid gun, and then put it down, then yeah, I'd fucking give you a hero point for that.
Okay.
But that's the kind of hot-headed temper I'm looking for.
All right. You want it right now?
Yeah,
I want it right now.
Confounded woman! Why won't she die? This gun won't work! Die, all of you!
Die, all of you!
So now
right,
you've given your position away, I assume?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
did,
even
but
better,
I got a hero point.
You can see as several skeletons.
Oh, sorry, did I knock some
Or even-
stuff off?
or even better.
Totally worth it.
All right, so as you
Wait,
start,
a Christmas tree's walking by. Oh no, it's a person carrying a Christmas tree.
so as you start yelling and ranting and waving your arms, you can see as several skeletons look towards you.
Oh no!
And start to see as they start making a beeline, running straight along the side of the boat, going straight towards you. Coming across this side. Take a hero point.
I can use my magic.
You want it? Take it.
Yeah,
Taking it.
Oh, so you're not wounded at all.
But now you've got
Told.
I said it all. I said it all.
15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50,
Silly.
50. Okay. Yeah, they run halfway across the boat in the span of like your temper tantrum, as you can see them as they continue to just run forward with their cutlasses high. So
Oh, and you know what? I can see the screen right now. I'm right behind those barrels.
yes.
If you want, like, if you can cheat the barrels like an inch forward, they'll be on the
so the
screen.
chat can
Just so
see.
people can, so the chat can see.
I see.
Like if you just
that.
cheat everything
Towards the skeletons.
like
not
this
away
way,
from-
yeah.
cheat them towards the skeletons?
Yeah. They're just barely out of frame right now.
Yeah, and then cheat Milton just so they can see where they're going. Yeah, perfect. Okay. If that whole thing is the frame.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Okay.
So now who has you're the one with raises left.
Yeah, I know, me and Stella.
Oh,
so
Stella.
I've got 4. Okay, so how many did you say it would be to
4.
all 4 just to get up there hanging in the right position?
Nope, just 1 to get there, 1 to take the opportunity, and 4 consequences to mitigate that. If not, will turn into 4 wounds.
If I get 4 wounds, I'm done.
Oh my fucking god. No.
And I don't know what those consequences are. Because, I mean, the skeletons have already hit me.
Yeah, but the unfortunate part is that they hit you as part of their round in the villain action.
Yeah.
But now that you are essentially leaving yourself exposed,
They can hit me again.
They can hit you again.
Damn it, I thought I was out of that. Alright. So, I guess 1 to get there.
Benny.
Oh, a Benny's a good idea. Yeah, I'll take a Benny.
1 Benny.
So let me use that 1 Benny to get there.
Okay.
Because even if I take 3 wounds, I'm done right now.
But you don't need to take 3.
No, you don't.
You only have to take 1. Because you already got there. Then you use 1 for the opportunity.
Okay, 1 for the opportunity, and then the rest to...
Well, then there'd be 3, because you have 4 total, so you only take 1 wound. Yes, so...
Yeah.
All right, so you're spending, of your 4, you'd use the Benny to get 5.
Yep.
You're using that one to
get there.
to complete the action. You're mitigating 3 consequences.
Yep.
And then you're spending your final one to do a wound.
Yeah, I would like to try to hit her Achilles.
You'll do a wound to her. You'll do a wound to her.
But aiming specifically for something that will render dancing very difficult.
That is a little more challenging, not for a raise. So, for in the next round, if that's something you want to do, go for it. But this would just be the opportunity is to actually do a wound to her. So, unless you want to really make it sexy for me in a storytelling way. I'm all about making it sexy in a storytelling way.
Yeah, I'll make it sexy in a storytelling way.
All right, well then go for it.
Make it sexy in a storytelling way?
So I'm down on the ground with the skeletons, and Nicole is not gonna lie. For as much as she loves being in these like dark, deep caverns, investigating the occult, she loved the occult because she's scared shitless of it. So she's face to face with these skeletons, and she's like, "Oh my god." And I've already seen Santiago do his thing amazingly, and I'm like, that looks brave. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to straight up turn hightail and start climbing up this thing because I know I'm hurt pretty bad. So I'm like, I got to get away from this. So I turn around, and I know that they're coming after me, and it's terrifying. And it's like one of those dreams where like you're being chased by something, and you don't want to look back because you know they're going to be right there. So Nicole, I'm not even looking back. I'm just turning around, and I grab and I climb as fast as I possibly can. And I'm feeling small scrapes and stuff, but my adrenaline is so crazy right now trying to get away from these guys that I'm not paying attention to it. I'm not looking down, and I'm just going to keep on going right up until I get to the bottom of the dais. And I don't even care that my arms are shaking and that my legs are furiously trying to hold on to this thing that the dais is on as I'm getting up there, because all I care about is the fact that Captain Reyes is like right above me dancing. Now, from the point that I'm at now, I can't reach very high to get up to much of her, but I have my dagger on me, and I pull it out, and I use all of my strength to try to like one arm pull up, get myself up just high enough that I can swipe at her ankle and try to hit that Achilles tendon as she's dancing.
Fuck.
All right.
The entire time I've been climbing, to not think about the skeletons, I've been watching what her dance moves are and trying to figure out the pattern so that I can pull up at exactly the right moment that her ankle's right there exposed.
All right, so as you slice a tendon, you watch as she lifts her foot up and like, you know, has a cry of pain as she like takes her hand and backhands you on a single hit. But as she puts her foot down, you can see there's a notable limp to her movement. So -1 die on her next round of raises.
Worst.
And she'll take a wound for that as well, too.
Thanks, man.
All right?
Nice. Very sexy.
And I take 1 wound, yes?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Well, you took 1 from the skeletons. Yep.
Yeah.
And Reyes, we're just going to count that as the same 1.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so I've got three raises, and I'm dancing, and
And you're dancing?
Yeah,
You're
I'm
dancing hard?
and at this point, right now, I don't know that, or do I already, have I seen Jade yet, or Nicole yet?
Well, you watched a shining slimmer of silver sink across in the midst of the moonlight, and you did.
Okay.
I don't know if you could see her, but you definitely noticed that she is not hobbling, but
Okay.
she's favoring her dominant leg now.
Okay, so while I'm dancing, and that looks as sexy as you can imagine it, lots of booty.
Right. Primal movements.
Yeah, lots of
Primal
that.
movements.
And yes, Sal has long hair too, so I have no idea what swinging
You're doing
that
some-
around would do.
Right.
But it's very nice.
Some windmill headbanging.
Huh?
Some windmill headbanging.
Yeah, a little bit of that. Yeah, sweat flying everywhere from there. While I'm dancing, I communicate with Krakolas, and because I've seen the energy, the green energy come forth from Reyes, and I say, "Oh, really, Krakolas, you love to support the wounded dog. You love the puppet, so that you can do your mastery with them. Wouldn't you prefer someone with some intelligence, with a little bit of a fiery passion, to push back against you sometimes? Someone who isn't so much of a plaything, but someone who is a teammate, a colleague, a contemporary. Not obviously you are a god, but I might be a little bit more on the same level as you, as something stupid so much as a wounded puppy."
You hear nothing for a long while as it comes into it.
"Fill me with your fire."
And you hear as a voice pushes itself into you as it comes into lots of voices in the head today.
Yeah.
As it kind of comes into you, and you hear Krakola speak to you in his guttural, deeply tone, as if like the earth itself is belching these words into your consciousness. Words. What about blood? Give me her blood.
Oh, her blood. Right away. And that's when I see Jade, and I wink at Jade, so that next turn she and I are gonna do something together.
So how are you gonna spend these raises?
The first raise is dancing. The second raise is a little bit of Krakolas talking, and the third raise, they're all. Well, she put all of hers into dancing.
She put all of hers into it. You don't even have to spend a raise to talk to Krakolas.
I don't have to spend a raise to
You
talk
can
to
put
her.
all 3 into it if you want, or if you want to try to make an attack, you could spend a raise to do some attacking. But it's up to you. You basically can either go after Reyes right now, or you can dance.
Well, no, I'm only dancing in it, but at the end of the turn, I am definitely. I know that I have a teammate with me.
Right.
So
that's good. So you're going to put all 3 into your dance.
Yeah.
Putting you to you were equal, and she put 5 and you put 3 in.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Together.
I'll try if I can hang in there.
This action sequence continues as it is. So, Trish is in Nicole's in a little bit of a bad space. So we're gonna have a couple of these skeletons go after her. But the problem is that it's all down into brute squads at the moment. Milton, you're gonna take 4.
Oh no, Milton! But have you been injured yet?
I can take a little bit.
You're gonna take 4 wounds as you watch these skeletons start to climb up onto your side and look over the barrels and basically start clambering up as they continue to crawl after you.
No.
And then there is actually that would be that's fine because he took out this one, and there's just a squad of 4 left, but only 2 are going to be able to really accurately get to you. I'm going to just do 2 and 2. Normally that's not how it rolls, but 2 strength. Usually a 4 strength brute squad would do 4 wounds to whatever hero it's fighting. at the moment. But since you were the last two left in the bottom of here dealing with this,
Wait, can they still reach me though, even though I'm hanging off the thing?
they can go after you. They can crawl over onto this pile of two and keep going after you if you want. Just because you crawl into a bundle of wood does not mean that they can't come
I got
after
away.
You did for the moment.
Did I take 4 or 2 then?
Did 4.
Okay, I did take 4.
Yeah. But because I am compassionate and because I don't want to see you completely helpless, I'm just going to do 2 and 2. Because you said if either of you took 4 right now, you'd become helpless.
No, I'm helpless at 2.
You're helpless at 2?
Because I took 1 the last time and I only had 3 left.
Okay, and you're okay?
I can take 2 more, and I'm fine.
So Nicole, you fall.
Take more than 2.
No, she falls.
So
Yeah,
Nicole,
I'm
you're
done.
holding
I'm
on
done right now.
as you feel a gash along your lower back as your back arches as you crumble and roll down to the back of the base of the fire pit as you are rendered helpless as you push your hands up to the top. Now, in the position of, since no one's been helpless yet, helpless basically means that you cannot take any actions until you've either recovered or the scenario is over. Okay.
Can you still get hurt?
You can still get hurt. In fact, you will die if you take another dramatic wound from this point afterwards.
Okay.
You can spend a hero point in order to negate being helpless for a single round.
Okay.
So if you wanted to still do something this round, you could spend a hero point and you can act while helpless. That dramatic moment where you're being a hero, you're wounded, you're lifting yourself up, but you're still fighting. Okay?
Okay.
But if not, then you take no actions this round.
I would have to ask because I am a dummy and didn't ask it last week. When I foolishly went into the room to get my stuff and investigate and got hurt with those poison darts, would that qualify as getting a hero point when investigating something unusual or dangerous?
Is it your hubris?
That's my hubris.
That's your hubris. You definitely.
And I also have scholar hero point when put self in harm's way to gain knowledge.
That's what you did. You put yourself in harm's way in order to earn knowledge.
So if that would count as a hero point, then I would love to spend that hero point right now to get one more shot at this.
Tell me.
Biatch.
All right, then when you do your raises, I expect you to tell me how you beautifully, heroically go from being helpless to do what you were going to do.
So am I still down on the ground though, or did I just get? Would I just have gotten the hit but still been able to?
You tell me.
I would love to have gotten the gash in the back but still be holding on somehow.
Okay. All right. Then let's talk about your approaches for this.
Okay.
Yeah?
Cool. I took my wounds. Ouchie.
Yes. You got cut, stabby, stab. So, but you only got 2 left. There's actually only 4 in this area because 4 ran after Milton. This boat's definitely looking a little sparse. So what would you like to do for your approach?
My approach is going to be that I see Nicole just getting sliced and diced. And I see a bunch of blood coming out, and it's not looking good. And I'm going to use my shifty eyes and look at how to possibly get over to her area while avoiding as many pirates and skeleton pirates as possible.
Okay.
And essentially use finesse and athletics, I guess, or scholarship. Like, I'll fight them on the way. I'll do that. Or I mean with weaponry. So
Did you do weaponry last turn? I
did weaponry last turn. Should I do something new?
If you want that bonus die.
I do, but I still want to kill them, some guys.
Weaponry is all about killing dudes.
Then I'll use still weaponry and finesse. Same deal.
Great. Okay.
Same deal.
Then one raise to get there. Every raise will be taking out a dude. And then if you want to, essentially for your single raise, if you want to guard Nicole, that's what the single raise will be for. And then every raise after that will be in order to take out a dude.
Gotcha.
Along the way. Also, remember to remove a dice because you still have skeletons. Fear is still settling. So, yes, fear is still because you're still fighting skeletons. So, -1 die. How about you, my dear?
I think that I am going to be struggling to hang on despite this gash, and using as much as I can, even if I can even still feel my legs without wound, using my legs to try to wrap around the wood to get me just a little bit higher and hold me on so that it's not all on that one arm.
Okay, you just want to get yourself angled up a little bit.
Yeah, I want to get angled up a little bit better, and then I think this time, instead of swiping at her ankle, because I already did that, I think I want to try to use all of my body weight. If I can wrap my legs around, to use all of my body weight to grab onto one of her ankles.
Got it. All right. Well, that's fine. I need to do her raises as well too. One less dice for the gash.
So what would you say for that? Finesse and athletics again?
That is definitely a finesse and athletics. You are definitely trying to get yourself up there, and that is difficult at the moment. So 3, 4 again for me. Okay.
I'm gonna remove a die because I'm scared.
And you move it out because you're scared. So, and then how about you two?
I would like to. I don't have a weapon. My cutlass is down there, so I want to bite her.
You just want to attack her.
What?
But you're going after her.
Yeah, I'm going after her. I liked what Nicole did. I'd love to bite somewhere really painful, behind her knee, perhaps.
Okay, that's very specific. How about you roll brawn and? Brawn and this would be brawl.
Oof.
With a bonus die, because brawl is new. And Milton.
Okay, I'm gonna take it.
Well, now that I have my hero point back, I would like. Milton feels something surging through his body, and he decides to call forth.
We talked about this. The Krakolis's influence in this area is far too imposing. This is his
even
realm.
with the hero point, I can't do it.
It's let's just say that it's if you ask me to do it, what is going to happen is it could randomly be good or bad for you. And I'm not telling you what the odds of it being good or bad are.
Oh no!
Maybe Milton uses wisdom here and feels that if he were to use his magic right now, it would not be good. So instead, since he threw the gun away.
He did throw the gun away. Cool.
I don't know. Like he threw it. I'd love to roll a percentage to see if he threw it into the ocean or
Let's
not.
let the cards.
You definitely alerted your position.
Oh yeah, I threw the gun down, but
we're doing the tarot cards to decide.
I don't want it to. Yeah, I want to have a chance at least for us to recover it later because it's a pretty cool gun.
Mm-hmm. It is a cool gun, but you're definitely not going to be able to grab it this turn with four skeletons around you.
My move will be to then pick up my staff and try to
fend off
the skeletons and yell, "Santiago, help me!"
All right, come on.
Why won't Famous wake up?
Yeah.
Oh man, it was so cool.
Yeah.
You just showed up right now.
I know, like busted out.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be amazing.
Full health with weapons and multiple pistols.
Yeah.
And also multiple darts in his neck.
Here's a pistol.
Yeah, you get a pistol.
I got a machine gun.
Great.
I got
Yeah, it's one. Okay. Let's see.
I got a helicopter. Let's get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
6 of. No, that's the
6 of diamonds.
6 of diamonds. No, it is the lovers.
Ooh.
I would love for my gun to not have fallen over the
Who open their hearts to others. Understand the risk because love makes you fragile. We can be sincere and open-minded, but not blind. I will let, in the name of love, we will
love that gun.
We will love that gun, and we'll have it skitter across to the other side of the boat.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Hell yeah.
So instead, I'm just going to try to fend off these skeletons with my staff.
That would be brawn and weaponry for your staff.
Okay. Oh, and I haven't done that yet. So do I get the extra
bonus die? Yeah.
But then does it go away because it's skeletons?
Yep.
Okay.
Equals out. Did everyone do their raises?
Very nice.
Yeah, but still 1, right?
Yeah.
Even with subtracting 1
One dice, not one
I got
raise.
4.
Got 4?
3.
Okay.
It's too shabby.
1.
I got 2.
All right, great. I've got 4.
And he's gonna need some bennies.
So Reyes gets to do hers first because she's the villain.
Cool.
And she's investing them all into the dance.
Of course she is.
So, which brings her to... You can feel the energy surging around you as you start to look, as the boat, it starts to like lift even higher, and you can actually see as you're all fighting and look off, you notice something as like a little bit of drops continue to kind of like start to pelt you as a torrent of rain starts to just pour over the side of the boat, and you can just feel as like this immense amount of rain just starts crashing on top of you, and you look up to kind of see where the rain is, and that's when you see the wall of water that just seems to be lifting up to the side, and you can feel the boat starting to kind of lift
The boat
and
can't
tilt.
sink. The boat can't sink.
It's true.
As
But
you-
it can throw us off. We can sing.
As you can feel this energy rising, and as Krakolis's kind of power is emanating, it is formulating in this giant upward swell in the midst of the ocean. Go for it.
The big god and all.
All right, I got 4.
Yeah.
I wanted to use. You said 1 to get over to Nicole.
Right.
Do I have to use another one to? What was it? What was the layout
So
again? It was
every
1?
other raise, so 1 to get over to her and guard her. Every other raise can be spent to dispatch.
Boom, boom, boom. 3 guys dead.
All right.
Pow, pow, pow.
Get it, dude.
So you jump and you skip over the wood, knocking out. Hua! Hua! Hua!
Oh yes.
Essentially freeing Nicole from the
Thank
grasp
you.
of the critters around her.
Nice, very good.
We're gonna have to change your middle name to Skeleton Killer.
Yes.
Not my name.
Bone
I
crusher.
love it. Also child murderer.
Bone
Yes.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Child
Never
murder.
forget. You're like,
The skeleton killer, high seas adventurer, and child murderer.
if you were a cop, you would have lost your
Well, it's
job.
Alejandro. It doesn't
maybe.
have to be Santiago.
That's right. Okay.
Alejandro is a part of Santiago. So, great. Then who has raises left?
One.
1, 2,
I've got 2.
3.
3. So
Your opportunity here, your
Okay.
situation here, is you can spend a raise to get up. There is no consequences thanks now to Alejandro. And,
Okay.
Uh,
because I'm still hanging up there, so I want
so 1 to
wrap
get
my
up.
legs around, pull up.
And if you want, you can spend your raises to deny her dice on her next round. So if you want to spend 2 to deny her 2 dice, go for it.
Okay.
That's disabling her essentially.
Okay, so my thought of how I'd like to do this is I want to spend a raise. I love the music. I want to
It's Pirates of
spend
the
a raise
Caribbean.
to wrap my legs around the wood, pulling the upper half of my body up just enough that I can grab onto her injured ankle if I can. If I
sure.
can't get her injured ankle,
Wow,
that's
wow,
fine.
wow, wow.
Yeah, that
But
sucks.
I would like to grab onto her injured ankle.
So-
And at this point, I have seen that Alejandro has expertly taken out those skeletons.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to take all my body weight, like, so my legs are hanging around the pole, but I want to take all my upper body weight and just yank back with it. So, like, essentially, she's going to have to work not to be thrown off this.
Yeah.
this.
Stop that dance. Wait, are we trying to stop?
So
That's what I'm trying to
for
do.
grabbing the injured one, we'll do 2 wounds to her.
Great.
And we'll still deny her 2 dice
Awesome.
on her next round.
Awesome.
Okay, so you grab her and you just make it as hard for her as you possibly can, weighing her down, and you can look as she sees you down there, and she looks around to see like, where are my crew? Where are the skeletons? And she could.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gone.
Good help is hard to find nowadays. She just continues to like. She's still trying to maintain her dance and maintain her integrity while occasionally just like taking her fist and just like whamming it into your back.
Yeah.
Over and over again as hard as she can. You have 2 ones, but you have 2.
2.
2 for 2?
I'm just.
Wait for me. 2 for 2.
Foul beasts!
Tell me how you take them out. There's 2 for 2.
Yeah.
He basically in a fit of if just pure luck, he's got his staff. He just closes his eyes and just sort of does an old man Babe Ruth just right across and knocks 2 skulls right off, just off into the
right
water, into the water, and then their bodies crumble.
Yeah,
there's 2 left. But.
Yeah, and they are climbing up because these 2 are taking up the stairs leading up to you, and these 2 are climbing up the side of the upper deck, getting across the barrels, trying to climb over you. So, Stella.
Okay.
1.
So I do want to bite her. I only have 1 raise, but I definitely want to bite her. And where is she? Nicole has her.
Nicole has her. Yes, by her legs. She essentially is doing that like toddler thing where she's grasped a hold of a leg, like weighing a leg down, but it's the one that hurts. So.
Yeah. Great. That would be another way to knock her over the edge, though. Very easily.
But
so,
do you want to knock her over? He wants blood.
Yeah, I do want to. I want to bite her. I want to bite her in the neck.
Wow.
Bite her in the neck. So you're 1 raise. So 1 raise for going after her.
Yeah. So I've stopped twerking and I look at and I head over to her and amidst the flails of the arms and the very cemented kind of movements in the ground, I need a Benny.
Well, all I'm telling you is that in this circumstances, each raise is a wound. At this point.
Also,
how's she looking?
Bad.
Okay, I'll take how many Bennies are
you can take a max of 2 around.
I will take 2. Yeah. I will take 2, and I will bite and drink.
Bite and drink.
I will drink that blood.
Is this not part of the masquerade? What are we?
I don't know if
what's going on here?
The old god said he wanted you to drink the blood. I think he just wanted you to spill it.
Hey,
so this
I want to prove just how cutthroat I am.
So you're spending 3 raises just so I'm clear.
Yes, I'm spending 3 raises to do that.
Do we have the sub sound
effect on? And I say to Krakulis, how's that for blood?
Whoa.
Paint the picture of her demise.
Oh!
Okay, so Nicole has her locked down in her arms, and I make my way over to her, and yeah, she's doing all this kind of stuff, and I take her head and I tilt it back, and I bite like a vampire, and she kind of flails and beats on my chest, and the beating gets softer and softer, and I kind of, I feel like. Even the reason dogs do this is to get even more ground into the skin. So I realized really quickly that I can only go vertical so much before I need to shake to get deeper and hit the jugular.
Yeah.
And I feel the jugular kind of pop on one of my canines. And warmth, warmth fills my entire face, and it's all I feel is warm, and then I taste iron, and that's when I swallow and tell Krakulis, I think I've done it.
You watch as this wave continues to crease up as you grasp a hold of her, and you watch as the boat lifts and lifts, reaching a crescendo of the swell as you're drinking deeply of Captain Reyes' blood, and you can feel her iron taste as well as this overwhelming sense of power as it comes into you. And as the boat lifts overwards and comes over the swell, but literally Inception-like, taking the boat almost to a full 180 degrees so that when you're looking up, all you see is water above you. And in that moment where it crescendos and you can just see all the water right below you, you lose gravity for a moment as it crests over the side of the swell, and you are lifted up in a moment, and that is when from the swell you see 2 yellow eyes sitting in the midst of a giant bulbous head with tentacles that seem to be cresting out of the water as it looks to you, and you watch as it snatches you out in the midst of the air and pulls you into the water.
What?
Okay.
As the boat pulls over the side, you watch as the water becomes flat and the darkened sky becomes blue, and you can hear as nothing is amidst the sounds of the sea, not even birds, nothing else. And it is still at the moment. Reyes lays dead before the both of you.
Good.
The skeletons that were in front of you just seem to just pop into dust and smoke as they disappear. And the members of the crew that are either still unconscious or still around seem to either be waking up or groaning in pain as they come around. And you three sit in silence on the boat. You killed her. You killed
Did
her.
they see that happen? Did they see me get snatched?
No.
Oh, we didn't see her get snatched?
No.
But we see
Is
We
the
see that
dais
she's
still
not
there?
The
there.
dais is there. Everything is still there.
we see Reyes' body.
You see Reyes' body. But Stella is gone. Stella, you are pulled deep into the water, and you see as this creature who, as you look at it, its form, your entire your not small form is literally as big as its pupil. As you don't know where you are, you're in the blackened deep. And surprisingly enough, you don't feel drowning. Just you stare at it, and the need to breathe air seems to be gone. I'm going to hand you a card now.
Whoa.
I think this is my first card.
This is your
Yeah?
first card.
Yeah.
Of the whole game?
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Get it!
we see Reyes'
Very
body,
excited.
and I go,
Huzzah! Yes, my friends, we have killed. Where is Stella? Where is Stella?
And then, actually, I'd like to apply my miracle worker first aid now on Nicole,
yep.
Awesome
because she
sauce.
definitely we need to stop her from at least going unconscious.
And as all that is happening, I'm kind of following up to what Alejandro is saying and saying, where is Stella? What?
Did you go down
What
below?
happened? I mean, are the
Did you see-
skeletons gone?
Did
and
you
I'm
see her?
no, and I'm like breathing really heavy and like on the point of
Okay,
hysteria at
okay,
this point
okay, it's okay,
because I'm
it's okay.
so close to death
Can
and
you come
can't
and
figure
heal
out what's
Nicole,
happening.
please?
Eat these herbs.
Okay.
Message you here.
Throw some leashes on her. Throw some leashes. Throw some leashes on her.
Give me the hat.
I will
That is her
give you a
answer.
crown of random parsley. Here,
Thanks,
put this on your head.
Milton. That's perfect.
Hold these under your tongue for 2 minutes. All right.
Got it.
Do you have any
Thank you.
antibiotics? Because I don't know if that is going to do anything.
It hurts
Trust me to
so
work.
Just wrap it
bad.
some seaweed, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
She's got to make her decision. So
What decision? What? Either she.
you made a tough choice. So I'm giving you a tough question.
Yeah.
If one of the choices is get out of hell, I'm gonna tell you to lean towards that one. That's one of the choices there, Amy.
If you want to know more details about what the answers mean, I'll give you more if you need it. But you also may not know the consequences of your choice
Right.
either way at this point.
Okay. I think I know the answer.
Okay.
So, if Milton's healing, how much does that heal for?
I think it just gives you one back.
Okay.
One serious wound or one?
Do you remember? It's Miracle Worker. It's a 4.
It is Miracle Worker.
What does it give her back? 1.
I believe.
Critical?
Well, you gotta read the rules, son.
I know. I don't have them in front of me.
I have a good reason for it too, Ivan.
I understand.
Y'all
I'm
read the
actually
book?
good. You do not have to. You do not have to validate me.
I'll look it up. You guys keep going. I'll look up the rules.
All right. It's 153, by the way.
Thanks.
The page. Stella, as you look at this, well, actually, Now I'm going to give you another note, just so that you know what's up, and then I'm going to tell you what happens if it's come in here.
This is my second note. It's all very exciting.
Yes, she's going to regain 1 dramatic wound.
Cool.
So that means don't take out any of the X's in the middle. Just take out the dramatic one.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Which sucks, because now that all it means is your 10s don't explode.
Yeah, right?
Did any of you guys see Moana?
I didn't, but I wanted to.
No, but I've heard it's amazing.
Great?
Never mind. Okay, great.
You were going to make a Moana joke.
You were going to make a spoiler joke.
I'm making a Moana joke. Reference, because it feels like, in my brain, the situation right now, the situation Stella's in, is similar to a scene from Moana. But none of you guys have seen it, so.
Jeff from my studio.
Really? Spoiler?
Go watch the movie.
Go watch the movie.
Jeff from my studio covers all
and then
the
it turns
songs
into the cartoon version of Pacific Rim, and
Yeah.
that'd be, I mean,
Pacific
I'd be down.
Rim. Yeah.
Yeah, where Charlie Day's a scientist. I totally bought it. Right.
I didn't need to buy
He was
it.
more of an enthusiast than a scientist.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, here's your second note.
So many notes.
So many
So,
notes.
as you
Secrets! Lots of secrets!
You know, it'd be interesting if the audience could see the notes. That would be, but like we don't see them, but the audience does. That'd be kind of cool.
That is a cool idea. I like that
You
a
can even
lot.
put it down on the map.
Yeah, you all should do that. Oh man,
That's
he
a
just,
great idea.
He just used his hand like he grabbed a heart or something. Kalima.
No. I think she's gonna have to sacrifice one of us. That's my thought.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'll do it. I'll take the hit.
You think she's gonna have to sacrifice one of us?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
know
think
he
she
wants
has to
blood.
make the decision of whether, like, Hope dies to become a god, or
Yeah.
it's gonna be something like that.
So, here's what happens. You're standing. What are you doing in the midst of this time? I'm sorry, I should ask that.
I was healing
Addressing her
her.
wounds.
Dressing her wounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was freaking out.
So as you can see, as pirates are starting to regain consciousness and lift up as you're treating her wounds, you know, they're like, "Oi, where's Captain Reyes?" What?
She's over there.
Oh no. Oh, and you can hear, "What's going to happen to us?" Oh, the captain's dead. Does that mean, are we free? Are we free? And you can see there's this like look of hope amongst some of the pirates, and some of them are like, some of them are disgusted by like, no.
I sheathe my sword and I step forward and I put my boot up on a barrel
Oh yeah.
in a nice Captain Jack pose and I say, "Gentlemen, your captain is dead. She died because she was possessed by an evil force and we freed her from it, but she had to die. So now that means that you are free. You have 2 options. You can do however you please, and we will gladly drop you off at the next port, or you can join the crew of the Crimson Roger and join us on many, many adventures."
And at that note, you watch as a splash comes from amidst the tide as Stella, in a roundabout, plumps onto the side of the boat and lands clunk, 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 amidst the deck.
And I think she lands
Prostrate.
prostrate.
Prostate.
She lands.
Prostate.
I knew it. I knew I was going to say whatever one was wrong, and it was going to be there.
She lands. It's what we
Cough.
call the prostate exam pose. It's you have to be ready. So there you go.
Yes, tiny up. She lands prostrate, and with her eyes closed, and it seems as if she's cold and dead.
Oh, no.
But if you were to touch her, which I imagine Milton at least would, she is warm to the touch.
Is she breathing?
She's definitely not breathing.
She's not breathing.
But you've seen this before.
I turn to the pirates and I say, "Excuse me." And then we all run over there.
Yeah.
Go check on Stella. What's happening? Is she breathing? Is she alive?
Is there a pulse? Sort of.
Faint, very, very, not really.
I've seen this before.
Yeah.
It's just like a flashback, or like it feels like something from my other character.
No, in this world, lots of people.
Milton, you're the closest thing we have to a doctor. What is happening?
Zombie.
Here's a hint. She was just in the water for quite some time.
Stella, what happened?
Give her mouth to mouth, Milton. Give her mouth to mouth.
Okay. Yeah, Milton gives her mouth to mouth.
She's drowning.
Brother, sister, love.
And then
this is you.
she that's when she coughs up. She definitely died
Thank God.
for a few seconds or a few minutes.
Thank you, God.
And where is it? Where did it go? It was in my hands. There it is. I can't believe it. And it's a cloth. The cloth is covered around it. Nicole, this is what you were looking for. This is it.
The device?
Okay.
The device.
The antithecaria mechanism.
I think so. If it is what it is, the god, the Krakol, has asked me to join. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But we got it.
Asked you to join
I'm
what?
gonna unwrap it.
As you unwrap it, you can see the linens of what appears to have been a sailor, inside of it. And the first thing you actually notice is all of the bones that are wrapped up inside of the bundle. The various humans' remains, some of them still with meat on them.
Is it supposed to have bones on it?
And as you continue to kind of go through it more, you pull out a crusted but still immaculately preserved Anclotheria mechanism as it looks towards you, and you can see it. And you Santiago, well, actually, who was going to be the one who would know it the best? Damion would be the one to recognize it.
I'll go get him. He's just below the ship.
But Santiago, for your purposes,
okay.
I will give you this hint.
Art history.
Nice, get it, man.
We have had great success. This is amazing, but we are in dire danger.
Okay.
We must find land.
That's not in the feed right now. Oh, there it is.
Give
Okay.
us anything.
Thank you very much.
I wouldn't know if I would have studied this at university.
No, it is an artifact of legend.
Okay.
And just holding it kind of gives you those anxious, excited shudders.
Oh yeah, I'm like pooping my pants.
Pooping your pants,
right
shuddering
now
right at the moment.
With excitement.
So holding it, and the fact that it looks as good as it does, and the fact that it's there is crazy. So you holding it, but that's it. It's like there's nothing more to it. It's just you look at the mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God! Look at this. The human. No, get that out of my way. The human remains. Look at this finger with the ring on it. I recognize this ring. These are the remains of the captain of La Lupas.
What?
Oh, they got him. It was this ship stole everything.
It must have been.
What happened to you?
Where did you go? What was it?
He snatched me. Krakoles snatched me from the dais. I took her place. We parlayed. I didn't know with a god, and he sent me back. He let me have it, but with consequence, he's coming to this world. He said he will sink the unsinkable ship as long as we are on it. He hates me.
Wow. Stella, what the hell did you do to a god?
I was dancing and it felt like I was trying to help. I
Stella,
swear.
listen, I hate to have to pin this on you, but this one is on you, all the way.
We have
a
How much
god
time do we have?
Take all the
chasing
blame.
us, and it's 100%.
Do we have to get off the ship
Yes,
now?
but here's the thing: completing the ritual would have allowed him to be in this world already. So I at least gave us some time.
Okay.
Well, how much time do we have?
And for the record, it is not just you being on this ship.
Oh, he's coming for me.
He is coming for all of you.
He's coming for all of us.
Oh, Stella, come on,
We
dude.
have to find out how to get off. How to use
Get out of
the
this plane of existence?
thing.
Yeah.
Figure it out. We have to figure something out. But I think for now we head to back to
We have the key now to open the portal if we get to the place.
That's right. Did I learn anything about the portal while I was there?
You just got the key.
No, I just.
Well, it's okay. I
A
have the
key is
map,
worthless without a door.
and I have the map to the door, probably.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we never got.
But can we take this ship or we cannot?
You can take the ship.
We can have the ship
Hang
for
on,
half
let me
a
check
day.
with the captain.
We have a ship.
Half a day!
We have
She's
a ship.
super dead. Yeah, we can take the ship.
I mean, half a day until
He
our
gave us-
demise, no matter where we are.
He gave us half a day.
Oh.
Wait, even if we're on land,
That's right.
he's a sea god.
This person is this. Yes.
We
I
have to
don't
find
claim
a-
to know everything, but we have half a day to do whatever it is we have to
We have
do.
to find the land of the god. We have to find the god of the land who hates this guy to have him.
Have them fight. Well, I might be able to have something to do with that.
Well, if we've only got half a day, then I say let's haul booty, get it, pirate Joe,
Oh.
until the portal and open this and jump.
That sounds good. Side note, guys, I just remembered some really crazy shit. We can talk about it now, we can talk about it later, but like, we need to have a sit down at some point.
Put us in the proper direction and then we'll talk about it.
That sounds good. Okay.
Yeah, me
you,
too.
pirate, raise the mizzen mast. You, something with a sail.
You mean the sail that you cut?
So-
they
They have other sails. They have spare sails.
You're gonna have to
Down below.
mend that sail if you want to go at full speed. But you do have a ship. You are now the tenders of the Crimson Roger.
For half a day.
Well, for as long as you can do it. Not that's that's how much time he supposedly gave you. But this is the unsinkable ship. This is a fast ship, and all I really needed to make it clear is that the half a day, the 12 thing, the time I told you, that was an approximation.
Okay.
All right. He just told you soon. Probably is right, but I don't want you to get stuck around the 12-hour thing.
Oh, okay.
All right. But he is coming soon.
Yeah.
Be you on land or sea, he is coming for you in this ship. Krakolis is.
Well, crap.
What do you think we could talk to Kalishima?
I'm sure we could talk to him.
So I pull Kalishima.
Check in with
I pull
Kalishima.
Kalishima out of my pocket, and I'm like,
Kalishima, have you ever had any dealings with this ocean god?
This name is not familiar to me. But I am also a snake in this world,
Okay.
and not a god. I, however, would recommend that if you're messing with a undersea god, that your best course of action is to run. I don't think any amount of cannonballs or powdered shot is going to do much except for delay or piss it off.
Excellent point. Excellent point.
By the way,
Yes.
I'm quite warm and cozy in here. I could get used to this. But at the same time, what happened to me? Why am I here? Have you figured any of that out yet?
No, not at all.
Bye. Bye.
I love that we have a eureka moment where
Pulls up
like
the
we
pocket.
find out that Kalishima is like somebody's pet in the world.
Because you now have a ship, and the ship is the deadliest ship on the seven
I mean,
seas.
does the ship say BDNY on the side of it?
No.
I just need to check.
No, none of that.
DKNY.
it says decan.
De-
I like hearing.
but here is the thing: there are essentially you need to divide your time on the ship into 3 8-hour watches. There's first watch and third watch. First watch, second watch, and third watch as part of being on the ship. You still have a boatswain. You do have a master gunner, and but you lost your midshipman, your master mariner, and your surgeon. Okay? Your surgeon was basically a dude with a bottle of rum and a couple of things to...
And a scalpel and a rusty
and
scalpel.
a rusty scalpel and some needle and thread.
surgeon.
So one more time, we have a master gunner and a boat. What?
A
Bosun.
bosun.
We have a bosun.
Bosun
a
is like the
master
ship's
gunner.
sergeant. Okay?
But we lost a surgeon. What else did we lose?
You lost your midshipman, who's kind of the guy that gets everything done. He's training to be an officer. And you lost your master mariner. He's the most experienced when it comes to actually rigging the sails,
Okay.
putting the group together. He's pretty intense.
Would I remember any of that from university? Like, is that something that I know? I know that university is specifically math, architecture, and astronomy.
You books wise know what's going on here.
Cool.
But I've never done it.
Never done
But
it.
the rest of us have some sailing experience.
Yes, and
right?
unfortunately, your sailor is below deck.
Oh, he'll wake up.
Great. So,
15 minutes ago.
great.
He's a sailor.
Okay.
Yeah, he's our sailor.
This is our sailor.
Yeah.
He's our sailor.
Oh, dang.
Great. And this is that's kind of what you have at the moment. You will still need to navigate, plot a course.
Okay.
Maybe I could use my astronomy in conjunction with the map.
I think because this will be our first time we actually examine the map, right?
Right, it will be. I also give you the ship background of this ship, and there are rules that apply to this. Okay. The Crimson Roger has Pirate Hunter. It has Beyond the Horizon. Okay. You also have. Those are these are. I'm sorry. That's the ship background. So you actually Beyond the Horizon, not Pirate Hunter, but that's you have one background for your ship, which is Beyond the Horizon.
Oh, Beyond the Horizon, not Pirate Hunter.
Yeah, and then you have another couple of things that have been earned from this adventure. So since you completed an adventure and you own this boat, I'm giving you essentially an extra rule for completing an adventure on this boat. It's this one is called a short and merry life, which and you can read the rules for this. This is 251. But the short and merry life essentially allows you to convince a hostile ship's crew to join you through either negotiation, coercion, or intimidation.
Great.
Your crew also currently has a strength of 5 because you're basically at a skeleton crew now.
Yep.
Okay? So used to be a strength 20 ship. All right? Captain Reyes, for the record, was a strength 20 villain.
Wow.
Right?
Holy cow.
Which means at her peak, she was rolling 20 dice a time to do raises.
Holy crap.
How many?
20.
Good lord.
Good lord, indeed.
But
So
that was
if
all
she's-
for the skeletons. That was all
Yeah.
for the pirates. That was all
Yeah.
for everything.
If she was level 20, what's Krakatoa? What level is he? Like 9,000?
Oh, Krakolis.
Like infinite
More
Krakolis?
than I'm willing to put to dice. Yeah, I don't think I have
He's a
enough dice for
die.
Krakatoas.
Big old bucket of dice.
Big old bucket of dice. But
Alright.
yes, you are currently the owners of the Crimson Roger.
Wow.
There will be
Not for long.
there will be something that you will have to do, and you'll have to make a decision right now in order to get either how you want to handle your crew. How do you want to basically convince them? Because your rousing speech was good.
All right, so I already put a little buzzer in their ear.
You put
okay?
a buzzer in their ear, but you do need to tell me: are you forcing them? Are you going to basically tell them that they're here or they're dead?
I'll jump right in.
Great.
And I'll pat you on the back and tell the crew and get.
Water comes out.
Stop it, Stella.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not drowning you down.
All right, crew of the Crimson Roger. We must take control of this boat. You understand, this mutiny was ours to have. Now, that being said, our imminent goal is to get to a safe place, but our long-term goal has nothing to do with the ship. We want to be rid of this as much as you want us to be rid of it. So, be our crew for a limited amount of time. In enough time, I bet it might only take a couple of days. And then, one of you, perhaps you, or perhaps you, or maybe you might be the captain of the Crimson Roger.
Yeah. You could see
There's only 5 guys, right? So
There's only
just
5 dudes.
2 guys that were left out just now. They're like, oh,
Not me.
not me.
You can see that they're nervous, but responsive. They don't give you an answer, but they haven't tried to gut you yet. So.
Oh, right. Well, we weren't doing much otherwise anyway. We're still on the ship. We still got a captain. Well, we'll see how this plays out. I swear, you leave us in the dust, Missy. we'll gut you just like you got Reyes right there, and it doesn't look like you're too shabby right now either.
I am not proposing. I am the captain.
Oh, you know what? That actually is a good point. Oh no, you're never mind. Yes. Making decisions in my head. You can remove one dramatic wound from you for your time with Krakolis.
Wow. Cool.
Okay.
But and then I interrupt her. She's acting crazy. Of course she's the new captain. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no ladies here except you two. The new captain of the Crimson Roger for the next couple of days, Captain Stella.
Yes, thank you. Now listen. You mentioned trying to gut me. I have touched Krakolis.
You could see that gets them for a moment. They're like, oh yeah, bitch is right. She went to Krakolis.
I have killed your vessel of Krakolis. Try me, I dare.
All right, Missy, you got us. We're in it. We're not going to mess with any vessel X or no Krakolis.
Seems to be working.
All right. What's your orders?
And with that, we will end this week.
You looked at us. Never been a captain.
You've got
Sail the ship.
You've got a week to learn up on your seamanship and your mariner skills.
Cool.
Because this boat is yours next week.
Okay.
At least until Krakolis decides to make his appearance. So. Oh, I should also note that one of the pirates, because you so expertly managed to navigate this, Santiago, I think you know what I'm going to say. There's one pirate there who you recognize, who isn't dead, thankfully.
Thank God.
Yes. All right?
Cool.
Hasn't
Billy. The guy.
Yeah. So he hasn't
Billy.
revealed himself yet.
Great.
Oh, Billy, who's also Jimmy.
I meant Jimmy.
Billy's who's also...
Yeah, that's Billy.
But also Jimmy is a dead skeleton with a mouth.
I don't know where he is.
Different Jimmy.
I have no idea where he is at the moment.
The skeleton with the mouth?
The skeleton with the mouth.
I thought
Skeleton
we had his
Jimmy.
skull in somebody's bag.
So,
Skeleton Jimmy.
how much money do we want to put down that maybe Krakolos is also Thanatos?
Yeah, we can't get away from this guy.
Or the guy from Werewolf.
That's Thanatos.
Yeah.
No. What was the name of that guy?
Oh.
He was also Thanatos.
Oh. Well, what was his name in Werewolf?
Was it the Alpha, the purebred, or
was
it the captain?
No, the giant
the
demon
winged,
guy that
the
was
winged
pulling
guy.
in all the
no,
power.
that actually was not Thanatos.
Oh, no.
okay.
Thanatos was the guy that tried to stop us from jumping. That's why I was like, maybe it's Krakolos, because inevitably Krakolos is going to try to stop us from jumping.
Right, gotcha.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Could be.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for next week. If you are like the idea of us doing a little powwow brainstorming session with these four to figure stuff out, especially now that Damion's back, we can either do something like that on my channel so that we use up our 2 hours here, which is so precious. Precious. We could also just see if I can talk to Sax about squirreling away maybe half an hour or an hour on the stream, and we can do a little invite, and we can have our own round table discussion about what's going on here.
Yeah, I want to hear what chat thinks is going on.
I'm interested as well too. I don't get a chance to dive in there, but good luck. We'll see you next week. Damion returns. We're losing Amy for a week.
Aw, Amy!
I know.
Yeah.
Captain!
That's almost one of the reasons I didn't realize the time, but I was going to have that decision suspended midair when I grabbed you away. But we still had a lot more time left.
I see.
So anyway, we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Yay.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of ForeverVerse. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe as we'll be releasing episodes on every Thursday on GNS's YouTube, starting with the first episode right here. If you'd like to jump ahead to the current point in our campaign, you can always watch us live on Twitch, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to watch ForeverVerse episodes that are available right now, you can always go to projectalpha.com. They are all there for you. And if you want to watch episodes that we've already released on YouTube, there's this fun little playlist right here. Thanks. Goodbye.